I wrote a 10,000 word sales letter for free as a client acquisition experiment, and in this video I'm going to tell you the entire story. Hi, my name is Nabil Aziz. I'm the founder of Copy Skills. We are the only community for Global South copywriters, and we help Global South copywriters master their craft and work with better clients. So I'm going to share my screen now and we're going to go through the entire case study. Oh, and before I forget, I'm going to do a full breakdown of the sales letter, word by word, line by line, from the big idea to the structure to the design inside the Copy Skills community. And the way you can get access to that sales letter breakdown is by creating your free account in Copy Skills and then upgrading your membership to a paid subscription. You'll find a link in the description. If you're a copywriter who spends any amount of time on Facebook, you know there are Facebook groups that are job boards where business owners and copywriters will post advertisements. Recently, I've been seeing these ads from copywriters that I can only describe as PT Barnum ads because they're like circus freaks in the way that they present their offer. So extremely over the top, seeking attention for the sake of seeking attention. And the offer is also equally ridiculous, where they'll say something like, I'll take on any copy job, no matter how big or small, for a packet of crisps. And the case study that we're about to look at is one of these ads. So this copywriter, he posted an ad on the job board where he said, I'll do any copy job for $50. And when he posted the ad, he had all these people patting him on the back saying, whoa, amazing offer, amazing value, yada, yada, yada. And he had a ton of demand and a ton of people hitting him up. But as you'll see, what happened was he took on too much work. He couldn't deliver on time. The people who were hitting him up had the wrong expectations of what he could actually deliver, and they were asking him for too much. And so a lot of people ended up being unhappy with him, and essentially it backfired. In this particular Facebook group and in other Facebook groups, and just Facebook in general, you'll never be able to get a client on this platform. So that's how it started. This particular client, she saw his ad and she responded to it and paid him up front. And 3 weeks later, she posts in the job board her experience. I hired so-and-so over 3 weeks ago for some copywriting work, and unfortunately, he's just ghosted me. I've had to chase multiple times through the past few weeks, and every update I get is, it'll be with you, followed by zero response until I chase up again. The communication was awful, with super slow responses each time, too. And so you can get the gist. She's also included screenshots of the interaction as receipts. And this post got 167 engagements and 202 comments. And we're going to go through the comments because I want to roast the comments. And the comments fall under three categories. You have the first category, which are the thoughts and prayers comments, where people are saying, I am so sorry this has happened to you, crying face, emoji. This is very sad, as it's one of the reasons we don't get hired. I hate these scammers. Because of them, genuine people suffer and lose clients. And so there's dozens of these, and these comments annoyed me because if you're going to comment on something, just don't be a waste of space. How does this actually help the situation? How are you solving a problem with this? And the second category of comments are the please hire me comments, where copywriters were saying, I'm sorry this has happened to you. You can connect with me if you are looking for someone. Thanks. So sorry to hear that. These types of copywriters ruin chances for other copywriters in market. Do you still need a copywriter for your project? Can I help you as a copywriter? Sorry about your experience. He's probably facing some personal stuffs. Do you still need help with a timely delivery copy? And the third category of comments were the humble braggers, not for the good ones who actually charge their worth and have a stellar social presence and website. Unfortunately, people have to do their due diligence nowadays and not rely on random posts on Facebook. It's funny she's posting this on Facebook. And here's me, who pulled 3 all-nighters last week to finish a client's AC offer. Sucks to be genuine, I guess. These guys scamming 40 to 60K a month and end up getting away bonkers. So if you are pulling 3 all-nighters to finish a project, 1, either you agreed to an impractical timeline, or 2, you have no idea how to manage your time and you don't know what you're doing. Being a copywriter, I am sorry for this. I know people do this bad thing. I don't know why they do that. Now I have come to know that's why my clients love my work and prompt response. This guy, he writes a full-on essay. This is the cost of doing business. Losing money is one thing, but losing the ability to trust new people in the game is another. Sad face emoji. And then he goes on to explain performance-based deals, when if he had taken 2 seconds to look at this business owner's profile, he would have known that she is a sophisticated business owner who knows about performance-based deals and has likely worked on performance before and in fact pays performance-based deals. So total waste of time. What types of people respond to these PT Barnum ads? The responses that you're going to get are from people who want professional copywriting but don't want to pay professional copywriting rates and who suck at copy themselves. And the other type of people who respond are those who don't value copywriters and copywriting. And so by making these offers, all you do is reinforce their opinion of how much copywriters and copywriting is worth. So here's one guy, here's one brokey. And when I say brokey, they don't necessarily have to have zero money. They could be somebody with just a poor mindset about how much to pay their service providers. So this guy comments, I messaged him after he posted an ad saying he'll do copy for $50. If you took him up on this offer, at least you didn't lose much. But yes, bit of a shame. Glad he ghosted me to a point where I didn't get to pay him. Thanks. We don't want to work with you either. This guy, he eventually, after hundreds of responses, he shows up in the thread and he responds to defend himself. Just saw the post, not a scammer, just took on 2 money projects I thought I could handle. Dealing with family issues, bullshit excuse. And everyone I took on, besides a few people who needed ad work, wanted full-on page revisions. So think about the type of people you're attracting. They wanted to get a full-on sales page for $50. And, and of course, they're going to be disappointed and you're not going to be able to deliver. And I got a little too ambitious thinking I could handle all the work at once. In so-and-so's case, she basically had 18 pages of copy that needed reworking. And so he couldn't deliver, and his reputation is ruined, and it's his own fault, which he admits. So I'm seeing these comments, and I'm getting a little annoyed because if you're a copywriter and you need clients, and you're hanging around a job board, I'm assuming you want clients, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to do some client acquisition and do it in a way that positions you and sets you apart from the rest. So I decided, let me show these copywriters how it's done, and this is what I posted. We'll fix this mess at no charge, send whatever you have my way, and it'll be taken care of. Doing this to put some respect on the copywriter name, you can ask around about me. And when I posted this, I wasn't actually intending to do this project. I posted it to flex on the other copywriters. I've actually made this offer once before, and the business owner didn't take me up on it. But here, she did see my post and she did message me and want to take me up on the offer. And now, since I've made the offer, I can't go back on my word. I have to actually deliver. And if you're going to make an offer like this, you need to deliver like your reputation depends on it, because it in fact does. So I'll just go through our conversations that we had back and forth and how the project progressed. So here she is, she's responding to my offer, and I have no choice but to take her up on it. You'll notice that it started on May 23rd. And I told her that I could have the project done by next Friday. I had no idea I would be rewriting the entire sales page. So it ended up taking a full month. And I was doing this while I had a full load of client work as well. If you're going to do this project, you need to deliver it as if you were delivering a paid project, because you want to make sure that you deliver good work and you can't cut corners or skip steps to do that. So I made her go through my onboarding that I do with all my clients, and I didn't allow her to skip that. But here I made a mistake. Usually when I do my onboarding, I get my clients on a call and I go through the onboarding interview with them on the call. Whenever I send my onboarding interview questions to the client and ask them to record their own answers or write down their answers, I always get poor responses because for some reason they can't be bothered to give the copywriters what they need to do proper work. Either they write really short answers without any context or detail, or they'll try to rush through the responses on video. And so when you do this call one-on-one and in person, it's much easier for you to coax the right answers out of them and you get much better response. And so here is a demonstration of what happens when you don't do the onboarding interview in person. The client will try to get out of doing the work, which is what happened here. And she said, so my team recently did market research with my audience and made the stock. She wants me to use the research that they've already done. I took a look at it and I pushed back saying, yes, it's helpful and I can use it as a reference, but you've already told me that your team came up with this research and they produced a sales page and you didn't like the sales page, so we need to do it my way. When you're doing a project like this, it's important that you do it on your terms. One, because you're doing them a favor, and two, because you want to be able to do a good job. So I pushed back and made sure that she followed my onboarding process the way I like it to be done, and she did. It wasn't 100% perfect, but we got there eventually. And so here's an important point: when you're taking on a large copy project like a long form sales letter or a VSL or a project that has multiple deliverables, don't just disappear for a month or 2 months and then come back and basically take a massive copy shit on the client's head and dump all of this copy on them. They're going to get overwhelmed, they're going to get frustrated, and they're going to get upset because you've given them a ton of work to do and they aren't used to reviewing copy and they don't know where to start. They don't know what sort of feedback they're supposed to give you. And so it's much easier when doing a project like this if you work on the copy and send it piece by piece as it gets done. So that's why I told her we'll send stuff as it's written during the week so you can review. And that's what I did. I sent her the head and lead and she takes a look at it, she likes it. I sent her the next part, then the next part, then the next part, and we kept going. And you can see now it's June 6th, June 12th. It's taking weeks at this point. But she is reviewing it and she's enjoying it. And one of the reasons why she's liking it is because I'm not surprising her. I showed her the introduction, the angle I was going for, and then I can show her the logical progression as I work on this angle. And so she can see how all the pieces fit together instead of getting a 10,000 word document after an entire month. And she has no idea about the thought process. She has no idea what sort of feedback she's supposed to give. That's when clients get disappointed and they start micromanaging your work. And so we're pretty much done now. You can see here June 23rd, it's almost a month that this project has been going on. And here you can see me seeding the idea of her giving me a testimonial. That wasn't a condition of us working together. I forgot to mention that. I simply offered to do the work for free and I agreed to do it. So I still have to request it from her because I did want a testimonial, and fortunately she was happy with my work, so she agreed. Now it's June 24th and the copy is done and she's happy with the final product. And so now this project is done. It's over a month since we started and it's time to get the testimonial. A week went by and I didn't have the testimonial yet, or didn't see the testimonial, and so I followed up with her, unrelated to the testimonial. I followed up with her to give her some pointers on how to use the sales copy, and inevitably the question of the testimonial came up, which she hadn't forgotten. I had to follow up with her a few weeks later as well to make sure that she wrote the testimonial because I didn't see an update in the job board. And here's another thing you can do when you're expecting a testimonial. A lot of business owners are not natural writers and they don't know what to include in a testimonial, so the testimonial that they give you can sometimes be irrelevant. So the best thing for you to do is actually write the testimonial the way you want it to be written. They can review, edit, approve, whatever. And that's a much better way to get the outcome that you desire. So it turns out she had written the testimonial and updated her original post in the Facebook group. But because it's an update, it won't get pushed in the feed the way a new post would. So I told her that it would be ideal if she would write a brand new post, and she obliged. And so that's what she posted. I saw a few posts from copywriters who said they didn't get paid, so I wanted to share some of my experiences from the business owner side. A few months ago, I hired a copywriter to do some work for me, paid up front. They kept ghosting and pushing the timeline back. When I posted about it, I got dozens of copywriters straight pitching me, and only 2 offered value. Nabil Aziz was one of them, offered to work on it pro bono for me. Initially, I just wanted it copy chiefed, as the original person who wrote my sales letter was not a copywriter and I wasn't happy putting my name to that piece of copy. But he ended up onboarding me as if I was a proper paid client, and instead of just chiefing the sales letter, he rewrote it from scratch and did proper market research on my brand. I haven't tested this piece yet, but it's miles better than the original sales letter. So shout out to Nabil, to the value this group brings, and to the good copywriters out there who know how to deliver a good service. And that was a testimonial, but here's your opportunity to do your client acquisition. I posted a comment under her post saying, I had a lot of fun working on the sales letter, got to try an angle no one is using in BizOp and no one can copy. Only someone with her personal brand could pull it off. Some other points. Original sales letter she wanted revised was 4,500 words. The rewrite was 10,200 words. We reused maybe 10% of the original letter. Everything else was from scratch. So 10,000 words from scratch. Had to do it this way, otherwise the angle wouldn't work. For a long form sales letter, I won't get out of bed for less than 10K. I don't think Hannah, that's her name, even realizes yet how much she got for $0 and 0 cents. I wrote this letter while I had a full load of client work. I was in between jobs with nothing better to do. And so this actually positions me as an authority. And I wasn't looking for clients at the time, but if I wanted clients, I could have easily put a call to action there saying, if you'd like a long form sales letter written, DM me and we'll have a discussion about whether it's a good fit and how I can help you. I can also use this to get clients. One, by getting the testimonial, which I've just shown you. Two, by replying under the client's testimonial, which I've also showed you, and you make a good offer and ask prospects to DM you to continue the conversation. I could write an advertisement in this job board and link to this testimonial as proof. I can record a case study like this one, the one you're watching right now, for long form content. And I haven't done this yet, but I probably will do it at some point, is record an interview with the client talking about their experience working with me. And so why can't you make offers like this? Or why don't you make offers like this? And the reason why is because you know you're not good enough. People on average are not scammers. They don't want to sell a product that doesn't work. When you know you're not good enough, you are afraid to make offers like this. Your subconscious will just naturally, without you even thinking, slam on the brakes and prevent you from making an offer like this. The solution to that is to get good enough at your craft where you know you can deliver if you make an offer like this. And that's the reason why I made this offer in the first place. Is besides the fact that I wanted to flex on the other copywriters, I knew I could deliver. I've done work like this before. I have experience with this. And even if I didn't have experience, I knew I was resourceful enough to figure it out. When you don't have that, when you don't have the skill, when you don't have the experience, when you don't have the confidence, of course you won't have balls. You don't have the balls to make an offer like this. And so get the skill, get the experience, and then make the offer with some balls. A third reason, and I see this a lot with copywriters who, the funny thing is they don't have clients. They have nothing else better to do with their time, but they're not willing to try this strategy. And all it takes from them is a little bit of time, which they have in abundance. These copywriters have a massive scarcity mindset with investing in a prospect before that prospect pays them. They say stuff like, oh, what if I send them the copy and nothing happens? Or what if I send them the copy and they ghost me? What if I send them the copy and they use it and they don't become a client? So what? So what? You created a piece of copy that you can use as a portfolio piece. You started a sales conversation with a person. If they use it, you can use that as, proof of work. There's so many other benefits that are second and third order benefits that happen that don't involve them even being your client. Like, just take a look at this video as an example. This video is going to live on our YouTube channel for as long as the YouTube channel is up, and it's proof of work. And the final reason why you don't make offers like this is that you're not willing to play the long game. If you don't have clients, if you have nothing but time on your hands, then why not invest a little bit of time to do a project like this that will have asymmetric ROI for months and years to come, rather than having the scarcity mindset and always playing the short game. I'm going to do a full breakdown of this sales letter, word by word, line by line, from the big idea to the structure to the design inside the Copy Skills community. And the way you can get access to that sales letter breakdown is by creating your free account in Copy Skills and then upgrading your membership to a paid subscription. You'll find the link in the description.